All right, guys, it's Paul Singh, the Market Speculator, with the trade report for Monday, October 1st, 2018. September's out of the way. It was a surprisingly pretty good month for the index, even though we still have some concerns. We've talked about market breadth, not so good. But we've held these levels and we didn't get a big pullback. So September tends to not be the greatest month, but we had a decent month. October is a really interesting month because if we average out returns, going back to early 1900s, it tends to be just a little above break even. I think the average return is zero point 0.1 or maybe close to 0.2%, but it's really widely varying. I mean, we've had some historic declines in October and we've had some historic run-ups in October. So we really don't know what we're getting. And it's interesting because October also heads into our last earnings season of the year, which is going to start in the week after this week. So we've got a really exciting time coming up because, one of our four earnings seasons is coming up. So that's good. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing, not pay too much attention to what we expect to happen in October, take the setups as we see them, analyze the market. And this is what we're seeing in the market right now. So basically, if we look at SPY here, the trend is nice. We do have some concerns. IWM has been lagging. Qs were lagging. Market breadth hasn't been good. And let me illustrate that. You guys know we talk about market breadth. We've talked about market breadth in the past. We'll take the T2108. And what I want you guys to do is first pay attention to what SPY is doing. Notice we just made highs. So we've had an up move here from August. And now we've had a slight pullback here. And we're right about at the 9, basically holding this 9-ish kind of level right here. Now look what happens when I pull up the T2108, and this is stocks above their 40-day moving average. Not so good at all. So, this was August where we made that high. We've made another high up here in SPY. So we would have expected T2108 to do this. And instead, T2108 has come way down like this. This is an indication of poor market breadth. And there's other factors that I look at that are telling us the same thing. But this is a really good illustration here. So that's cause for concern. What that is telling us is it's not a broad-based rally. You really have to know where to be trading. A lot of choppiness, even the stocks you pick, sometimes you're going to get stopped out, and that's happened to us. SPY holding these levels. Qs have actually come back after lagging. So we had a big time lag here in the Qs and tech was getting hit, but it's coming back now and actually is leading SPY a little bit. But the big concern here is IWM has not been doing well, and it's been going down, 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 even when SPY was up here. And, for us, the Russell is important because this has more of the mid cap and small caps, 2,000 different stocks. So we want to see a rebound. On Friday, we had a nice kind of bullish engulfing candle here. So hopefully we get a continuation. So to start this week, we're going to go from slightly bullish where we've been to market neutral. And we're going to see what the market tells us. There's still a number of stocks that are good to trade. We're not going to establish any shorts right now, but we're going to be in this market neutral phase, and then we'll see what the market tells us. Specifically for SPY, we want to see a break of the 9 and move to highs. If we start to pull back in here, we might even start thinking about some trend kind of short positions. So that's the market. Let's look at a few sectors. Biotech has been very strong. Leading the market is near highs here. We're paying attention to biotech. LABU is something we'll pay attention to, but interestingly enough, it is not doing quite as well because it tracks the mid-cap biotechs, which is XBI, and those have not been doing good. So we have to pay attention to basically IBB, and if we want to trade the index, we will trade BIB, which is the leveraged ETF. Oil has been very strong. It's a little too extended for us to trade, but we're going to watch it. You guys know we're in energy, which is lagging oil a little bit, but is still strong. Financials have been hit hard post-Fed, going into the Fed and post-Fed. So we're not going to do anything with it, but maybe at some point we get a bounce play. We talked about liking some semiconductors. The index is doing pretty good, recovering. We know NVIDIA and a few semiconductor stocks really started breaking out, so that's good. Software, one of our favorite areas right now, near highs, very strong, leading the Qs, leading tech. And Brazil pulled back in a little bit on Friday after putting in kind of a bottom here. So that's what we're looking at in terms of areas in the market. Current positions, Netflix looking good. We hit 380, now pulled back a little bit. Our entry was in the 360s. We're looking for that next big push to get us close to 400 where we can take profits. Baidu's been a little frustrating, still sitting around 228 to 230. Hopefully it can break these moving averages and hold the 9 right in here. And then ERX broke out and has pulled back now, still above our entry level. And we'll see, hopefully we can get that run to 40. So that covers our 3 positions. Let's look at some stocks we're watching heading into the week. Shack, I'd like to see a little bit of a pullback, but like that it's moved over the 50-day moving average. Tesla settled. So we'll see how price reacts. We're not going to have any biases towards this. What I'm going to watch for here is if we basically clear this candle. So if we clear above 278, we'll say 280 even, I'll consider entering there. If we break below 250, or if it breaks below 250, I would consider shorting. So I don't know how the market is going to react to the news, the settlement news for Tesla this weekend, but we'll react to whatever happens. Amazon still very strong, looking for a break of the high at 2050. Facebook was starting to look good, but pulled back Friday, so there's really nothing to do with that right now. IRBT, really strong here, holding the 9. I think we have an entry right here if we want to take it. So we could enter here around 109, put a stop in here, maybe 4 points, and then have a target around 120. That would give us easily at least 2.5 to 1. Metals X, we're looking for a break of the 50-day moving average. FCX, same thing, if it can break its 50-day moving average during the week. Under Armour has bottomed here, broke the 50-day moving average. I think we've got an entry where we're at right now. Alta, very strong. 2 ways to play this. You could enter here on the hold of the 9 or wait for a break of the high at 290. Either setup is valid. ISRG, medical instruments have been strong. I think we have an entry right here as it breaks to highs. Win is interesting. It's been very beaten down. At some point, it's been beaten down, bounces, beaten down, bounces. At some point, we would expect that this thing is going to put in a real bounce. And it's coming into support level, the support range right in here. So if we see some strength, I'm not making any predictions, but if we do run up over 140, I think we'd have an entry there. Maybe we could take an early shot if it breaks up over the 9 EMA. And then software stocks, ATTU, very strong, holding the 9, a break above the 9. We'll say a break above, say, 1950 would give us a good entry. Cyber, also very strong, breaking to highs. I think we could enter right where it is right now. SFIX, also breaking the 9. I think a break of 45 would be a good entry. Break out over 45 would be a good entry. And then Sono, IPO, had pulled back very hard and now has remounted the 9 EMA. Maybe a little extended, but if it pulled back in here and then showed some strength, I think we could enter this one as well. A lot of things could change during the week, so we'll see what happens. New stocks will come into play, but market neutral right now, and then we'll see what happens during the week.